Please stop saying this dumb shit out loud. Please. I'm especially talking to people from the United States, because I'm just like, I understand as somebody who grew up in the United States that our education system was not as great as the education system in other areas. But let's stop feeding into that stereotype by proving it. Okay, my goodness, it's rough out there, huh? But let me get to your collective reading. One moment. To book a personal tarot reading with me, submit your question for the 6th House Virgo segment, or read the full disclaimer, which includes spiritual consent and listener responsibility, visit the official Lua Nova website, which is luanovapodcast.net. To become a Patreon member, download the Patreon app or visit patreon.com/the Lua Nova podcast. For those of you who said that you really enjoy the collective readings, or you just want to support Lua Nova, you can do so directly via Venmo or Cash App. The Venmo username is @LuaNova. The Cash App username is $Lua Nova Podcast. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Obrigada. All right, new moons, keep in mind that I do not do spiritual work without your consent. If you do not consent to having your tarot cards read, that is perfectly fine. This will not be a super lengthy reading, but I am just going to let Spirit lead me to whatever cards they think are necessary for you this week. And again, if you are hearing this is a pre-recorded episode since Eric and I are moving. But if you do not consent to having your tarot cards read, that's fine. I will talk to you next week. All right. And have a safe rest of your week. Starting off with the Lovers. What a beautiful card this is. This is such a beautiful card that you oftentimes see this card portrayed on necklaces and merchandise. I used to have a small tapestry that had the Lovers on it. It's buried somewhere in a box. I don't know. Or maybe I lost it. I don't know. And thank you, Spirit. Oh, these cards fell out together. So we have the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. And that is how I'm going to leave the reading. Thank you, Spirit. Starting off with the Lovers. Depending on the reading, the Lovers can be quite literal, or it can just mean a union, especially because, as you all know by now, I do not read reverse cards. So my cards, I check them all the time to make sure that they are in working order. And if you are a tarot card reader that's been reading as long as I have, you know, there's a lot of old school readers like myself where we don't read reverse cards. Some do, some don't, but I don't. So starting off with the Lover's card, it is upright. What I immediately picked up on is that you're in a space. I actually picked up immediately on my single new moons. You're in this space where you're good with you, where the union that you're having is with you. It's with your own relationship with yourself. It is this space of, I'm good right now. And if somebody is going to come into my life, they have to add to it. I am in no way, shape, or form going to go out of my way to seek something that just does not serve me. And the Lover's card oftentimes portrays this divine feminine and divine masculine in perfect harmony. But if you look closely, it also shows where the divine feminine is waking up. Okay, so pay attention to that left side of the card with the divine feminine and how her divine feminine energy is waking up. And that is what I see heavily for my new moons, is that you're in this space of, I'm in such a good mental space that I'm beginning to manifest faster. I'm beginning to manifest things that I really want, and it's working out the way that I want. It's not I'm manifesting a new car, but I actually hate the car. It's not really what I wanted. It's no, I manifested the exact car that I wanted. It gets great gas mileage. It's beautiful. It gets me from point A to point B. I've had no issues with it. So you're now manifesting from this point of view of, I'm allowing the universe to give me what I should have always had, which is everything. Okay, so starting off with that energy, I feel strongly, and I immediately felt Scorpio Sun's energy. So I'm definitely talking to a few of my Scorpio listeners. And moving on to the King of Pentacles. This is a time in your life where you're looking at your savings and you're ready. Okay, and what I mean by that is that you're in this spot of, I can buy all new furniture. I can just continue to save because I want to go on vacation, but I am in this space financially, or I'm about to be in this space financially where literally nothing and nobody could touch me. Everything I touch turns to gold. That is the space that you're in or that you're about to be in, because that is big King of Pentacles energy. What I like about the King of Pentacles, he doesn't come out in a lot of readings. He's one of those, nope, you need to do the work first before you see me in a reading. And he is very much so content with who he is. He has this level of confidence about him. Hold on. Taurus. What is the message for Taurus? Taurus, where have you been? Taurus, where have you been? That's what I heard. So, Taurus, where have you been? Apparently, this is a message for you. So, Taurus, of course, you are very understanding of luxury, and Taurus and Libra and Leo really enjoy the luxurious part of life. Okay, I would say that of all the zodiac signs, I see this the most with Taurus. They're very particular, and so I want everybody, it doesn't matter if you have a lot of Taurus in your chart, if you have no Taurus in your chart, if that, has nothing to do with you. When I get a message from Spirit, that means that I need to go with it. And what I'm picking up on is that we need to be taking a cue from all of the Tauruses in our life, and that they know what they're talking about when it comes to finances. They know what they're talking about when it comes to getting exactly what it is that they're really wanting. They very rarely screw that up. When they screw it up, they screw it up big. But when, think of bull in the china shop, literally, when they screw something up. But when they don't, and it works out perfectly, it is exactly the way it was aligned to. And so that is where the King of Pentacles energy is very much so, I'm aligned, babe. I'm aligned. I'm confident. Nothing could ever bring me down. I don't care who's hating on me. I don't care who doesn't like it, because they're not in my life anyway. They get to just watch me from the sidelines. That is the energy that you're taking on this week. Okay. Heavily. And so to complete this is one of my favorite cards. You know how I feel about the King of Cups. I've talked about the King of Cups many times because he shows up in the readings. He does. Big watery energy. I always said this reminds me of a very evolved Pisces. Okay. Because he's emotionally in tune with who he is and with others. He's the type of leader. I always pick up on big leader energy, of course, because this is the King of Cups, where he's actually listening to what other people have to say. And so you're good at accepting the feedback from others and knowing that it's not coming from a negative place. You're good at accepting that there are people in your life that are actually trying to help you get to the next manifestation. Remember, we're never done manifesting. And so you might have manifested this outstanding promotion and everything's going right, but then you said, you know what, now what? And so what happens is this energy of, here's the now what? The King of Cups coming in and saying, here's everything that should be happening for you next. And so when you take on that King of Cups energy, you're like, okay, I hear you. Okay, what ideas do you have to get me to that next spot? How should I move forward? And you're moving forward with empathy. And most of all, something that I find very important is that you are moving forward with integrity. You're not the type of person that manifests and you really don't care who it affects. You're the type of person, when you manifest big, obviously, based on the cards that I pulled here, but you manifest in this way of, and this could help so many others. Or now I can do this for this person. Or now I can help them get to this point. And no one's telling you that you have to do that. But that's just who you are. You're never thinking of just you. It's no, I manifested this great promotion. Now I'm able to buy my sister this gift that she wanted. I manifested this outstanding relationship. And so now I feel at peace with this person and we're helping each other grow. That is King of Cups energy through and through. It is very much so. I'm emotionally mature. I'm emotionally intelligent, and I don't think about how things are just for me. I'm also King of Pentacles energy. And so whatever I touch turns to gold. So it's going to work out for me no matter what. And so it is. Okay. So keep that in mind. Because you're at this balance that a lot of people will never get to. That divine feminine and divine masculine, a lot of the times they get out of whack. When they get out of whack, guess what else gets out of whack? Your chakras. And so that crown chakra in particular for you, it is strong. You're hearing everything from the universe. You're accepting all of the good. And how I know that it's the crown chakra in particular for you that's activating is look at the Lover's card. What is the angel wearing? A crown. King of Pentacles, crown. King of Cups, crown. None of that is by coincidence, because there are no coincidences when it comes to tarot. All of tarot tells a story, okay?